أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد.
A contract which is permissible from both sides. Each party has the right of cancelling the contract at any time. This would be the wakala contract. So anytime the agent can say, you know what, I don't want to sell your car any longer, jazakallah khair, take the car back, and all is done, and we call it quits. Also sharikat, we will discuss inshallah, companies, forming companies between myself and yourself. We both are partners in this business. A partner can leave at any time unless stated otherwise. Also ja'ala contract, which we will discuss later on. These are permissible type of contracts. The third category, a contract wherein it's binding from one party and permissible from the other. Example, we discussed in our previous lesson, the Rohan contract, the surety contract. So here, the individual who is the owner of the Rohan, he is the owner of the watch. From his side, it is binding. He must put that watch as a Rohan, as a deposit, because that was stipulated. As for myself, at any time I can say to him, Brother Ahmed, come, take your watch. I don't really need the security. I don't need the surety. I trust you. Walhamdulillah. So from one angle, one individual, one party, it's binding. The other, it is permissible. Number 5, the wakil is an amin. That which he has in his hand is an amana. I've given you my car to sell it on my behalf. If you had the car at your house, you had locked it, it was in the garage, and then there was an earthquake, etc., and the total garage, complete garage was destroyed, are you responsible? No, you're not responsible. Why? Because you are an ameen, and the ameen is only responsible if he falls short in safeguarding the matter, the item, or if he ta'adda, if he goes over and above the norm, and he took the car and he was driving it on the street, and he took the car and he was driving very, very fast and he met with an accident, then he's responsible. But otherwise, the ameen is someone who is not responsible unless he does that which is not allowed, or he falls short and does not do that which was required from him. And lastly, with regards to wakala, it is permissible for free, for absolutely no reward whatsoever, just reward in the hereafter. And it is permissible for a ju'l. It is permissible for some sort of iwad, some sort of exchange. So I say to you that here's my car, sell it on my behalf, and I give you 20,000 pounds. Here's my car, sell it on my behalf, and whatever is the selling price, I give you 5%. Here's my car, sell it, I want 20,000, anything more than that you can take. These are all permissible bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. With that, we begin with the explanation. The author states, وَهِيَ جَائِزَةٌ مِنْ كُلِّ فِي كُلِّ مَا تَجُوزُ النِّيَابَ فِيهِ. This is permissible, wikala is permissible in every case where delegation is permissible. So we discussed huququllah, if it's maliyya with regards to wealth, allowed. If it's huquq of the adamiyyin, of mankind, certain contracts are allowed. But qisas and hudud, these things not allowed, any type of agency. So long as the one who appoints and the appointee are both duly qualified, meaning they are baligh, they are aqil, they are rashid, they are hur, they are free. Rashid meaning they have, discernment, they are able to buy and sell, they know what they are doing. إذا كان الموكل والوكيل ممن يصح ذلك منه وهي عقد جائز, and it is a legal contract which is jaiz. The translator left out the translation. It is a legal contract which is jaiz, which is permissible. It is a permissible legal contract that is annulled by death. So if I pass away, then the contract is annulled. You can't take my car and sell it away. Why? Because as soon as I die, that car becomes part of my estate and my heirs have their haqq over it. And if the wakil passed away, it's the same. The contract is null and void. It is a permissible legal contract that is annulled by death, the author states. وَهِيَ عَقْدٌ جَائِزٌ تبطل بموت كل واحد منهما وفسخه لها وجنونه والحجر عليه لسفهه. It is a permissible legal contract that is annulled by the death of either one of them, by its violation of it, by his insanity, and by the revocation of his legal competence on account of a lack of sound judgment. If, for example, one party passed away, the contract is nullified. If, for example, I decided to cancel the contract, make fuss of the contract, then it's nullified. If one of the parties went insane, it's nullified. If one of the parties, the ruling of Hajar was placed upon him, wherein he's not allowed to sell, he's not allowed to buy, etc., then obviously the contract of wakala would also be null and void, because he cannot sell, he cannot buy for himself. How can he buy and sell for someone else? The author then states, وَكَذَلِكَ الشَّرِكَةِ, and the same rule applies to every legal contract similar to it, like وَكَذَلِكَ الشَّرِكَةِ, partnership is a legal contract which is permissible from both sides. Any party could cancel any time. وَالْمُسَاقَةِ, we will discuss what musaqa is in later chapters. وَالْمُزَارَعَةِ, we will discuss that also. وَالْجُعَالَ or ja'ala, we will discuss that insha'Allah. وَالْمُسَابَقَةِ, the various type of competitions. So the author states, just like how wakala is a permissible contract, either party can cancel it any time, and if one dies, it's cancelled, and if one went insane, it's cancelled, or if hajar was placed upon one party, it's cancelled. The same applies to partnerships. The same applies to musaqa. The same applies to muzara'a. The same applies to ja'ala. The same applies to musabaqa, competitions. Jayyid? And we will discuss the inner intricacies of those matters. Remember well that that's the basic and default rule. But we go against this rule if there's going to be darar on the other party. That my wakil, he's traveled all the way to America for some sort of business contract on my behalf. And now that he's incurred all of these expenses, he's gone to America, I phone him up, I say, you know what, I decided to cancel the contract. Then in this case, this would not be valid from my side. Either I recompense him for his expenses, or we come to some sort of an agreement. But here, because there is darar, and ad-darar yuzal, hardship and difficulty should be removed, and I should not put another individual into difficulty. Then the author states, وَلَيْسَ لِلْوَكِيلِ أَنْ يَفْعَلْ إِلَّا مَا تَنَاوَلَهُ الْإِذْنِ لَفْظًا وَعُرْفًا. Translator left out the statement, and it is, the wakil, the agent, is only allowed to do what was expressly mentioned to him, or that which is allowed by the custom and the norms. He's not allowed to do that which I gave him no permission to do. I told him to sell my car for £1,000. He took the car and he sold it for £500. This is not allowed. I told him to sell the car right now for cash. He took the car and he sold it on credit over 12 months. He is not allowed to do this. He is only allowed that which I had expressly mentioned to him, or that which the custom and the norm dictates is permissible. So one needs to add this in, as the translator left this out. The author then states, وَلَيْسَ لَهُ تَوْكِيلُ غَيْرِهِ وَلَا الشِّرَاءُ مِنْ نَفْسِهِ. The agent is not entitled to commission a third party as his agent. You are my agent, O brother Sulaiman. You cannot go along now and make someone else another sub-agent. This is not allowed. And remember, number one, if I said to you, Sulaiman, you're not allowed to sublet, or you're not allowed to sub-agent this matter, then totally it would be haram for you to do that. The second category, if for example I said to you, no problem Sulaiman, you can find a sub-agent, you can let it out, and you can find someone else to do the work on your behalf, etc., then it would be allowed. And it's the third category that the scholars differ. If I said nothing to you, I did not expressly say yes, I did not expressly say no, the madhab is you are not allowed. Why? Because the agency operates within the realm of that which I expressly mentioned to you, or that which the urf allows. وَلَيْسَ لَهُ تَوْكِيلُ غَيْرِهِ وَلَا الشِّرَاءُ مِنْ نَفْسِهِ. And he is not allowed to buy, or he is not allowed to sell to himself, except with the permission of the of the muwakkil except with the permission of the original. You as my wakil, I said to you, sell my car. You cannot purchase the car for yourself. You cannot, if I had said to you that go and buy such and such on my behalf, etc., and then you buy it for yourself, or you sell it to yourself, etc., or I said to you that I want to get married to the certain female, I'm not in the country, you are my wakil, and what do? You go and get married to her, etc. All of these matters are totally haram, not allowed. The agent is not entitled to commission a third party as the sub-agent, nor is he allowed to purchase that item for himself, nor to sell to himself, except if express permission was given. Then the translator left out the sentence which states, وَإِنِ اشْتَرَى لإنسان ما لم يأذن له فيه فأجازه جاز وإلا لزم من اشتراه. And the translator left out the sentence which is rather important. If the agent buys that which he was not given permission to buy, then if the muwakkil allows it and acknowledges it, then it is okay. If the agent went out and I said to him, purchase for me a Toyota Corolla, he purchased a Mercedes Benz, he did that which I did not give him permission to do. Now what happens? He's purchased the Mercedes Benz. If I say, okay, no problem, I'll take the Mercedes Benz, it's okay, it's fine, then all is well. But if I say, no, I wanted a Toyota Corolla, then what happens in this case? Then the wakil, he must pay from his own wealth, and that car is his. That's not mine, because I never asked for that car. Jayyid? So the translation, if he buys that which he was not given permission to buy, then if the muwakkil allows it, if the original allows it and acknowledges it, then it is okay. Otherwise the wakil is responsible for that. And this is, we discussed previously, bay fuduli, wherein I do something on your behalf. It's based and it is suspended based upon your rida and your consent. If you give consent, you allow it, you're okay with it, it continues. And if you did not, if you don't, then the wakil is responsible for that matter. The author then states, وَالْوَكِيلُ أَمِينٌ لَا ضَمَانَ عَلَيْهِ فِي مَا تَلِفْ. The agent is a trustee, he is an ameen, the wakil is an ameen. And he is not responsible for that which is damaged, provided that he is not guilty of misconduct. We discussed, he will not be responsible except if he ta'adda or farrat. He went over and above that which was permissible, or he fell short. And his word, and the word is his word. With regards to return, you want to add that in. The translator left it out. And his word, his kalam, and his statement is his word. He has the final say. With regards to return, comma, damage, and the denial of misconduct. وَالْقَوْلُ قَوْلُهُ, and his statement must be accepted. فِي الرَّدِّ. If he says, no, I gave you back your car, Brother Bilal, I returned the car to you, we have no other external proof, then his statement must be accepted. Why? Because I trusted to give him the car in the first place. Then because he is a trustworthy individual, I trust him, he is Ameen, I must accept his statement that he returned the car to me. فِي الرَّدِّ وَالتَّلَفْ. He says, Brother Bilal, you know what happened? There was an earthquake, or someone came into my house, they held me up and they stole the car. I cannot be held responsible. So with regards to this, I must also accept his statement, unless we have reason to doubt. وَنَفِي التَّعَدِّي. And he says, I did not do anything wrong, I did not do any misconduct. His statement must be accepted unless we have proof and we have doubt showing otherwise. The author then states, وَإِذَا قَضَاءَ الدَّيْنِ بِغَيْرِ بَيِّنَةٍ. And this was also left out, subhanallah, in the translation. If he settles a debt on my behalf without proof, and he does not come with a receipt, etc., he is liable unless he paid it in the presence of the muwakkil. I said to Brother Sulaiman, go to the light department, go to the water department and pay this account on my behalf. And so he goes there and he claims that he paid the account, but he did not come back with the receipt. The water department, light department, they phone me up a few days later, they say, we're waiting for payment. Now what happens in this case? In this case, the wakil is responsible. Why? Because you're supposed to come back with a receipt. Water department says you never paid. Light department says you never paid. Brother Ahmed says he never received payment. What are you talking about? When did you pay? What proof do you have that you paid? Maybe you pocketed the money. Jayyid? So in this case, he needs to have proof. If he does not have proof, then he is responsible. Why? Because he farrat, because he fell short. We said he is not responsible except if he goes over and above or if he falls short. This is an example where he fell short, and so he will be responsible for that. Then the author states, وَيَجُوزُ التَّوْكِيلِ بِجُعْلِ وَبِغَيْرِهِ. It is permissible to appoint an agent to work for fixed wage. So here, sell the car on my behalf and I give you £20. I give you £100. That's permissible. Or on some terms. وَيَجُوزُ التَّوْكِيلِ بِجُعْلِ وَبِغَيْرِهِ فَلَوْ قَالَ بِعْ هَذَا بِعَشْرَةٍ فَمَا زَادَ فَلَكَ صَحْ. It is permissible to appoint an agent to work for a fixed price or on some terms. So the contract is valid if he is told, sell this for 10 coins and anything extra is yours. Sell this for £100, anything extra is yours. Sell this for 100 and 1% of the selling price is yours. Sell this for 100 and I give you £10, all allowed, walhamdulillah. And as has been narrated from Abdullah ibn Abbas, that this is something which is permissible. And remember that this iwad, or this exchange, or this amount of money that you are giving to this individual, this is not similar to hiring the individual. This is not an ijara contract. Ijara meaning a hiring contract. But rather this is wakala. And this money that you are giving is a ju'l. Any party can cancel the contract any time. This is different from a renting contract, that I hire you for a month, for example, and I hire you to sell this car on my behalf, etc. Whether you sell it, whether you don't sell it, you have the haq to your to that wealth. We hire a salesman at the Mercedes-Benz showroom. For the entire month, he made no sales. Does he yastahiq his salary? Does he have right to his salary? Yes, he has right to his salary. Why? Because I'm paying him based upon the time that he's putting in. Whereas here, in this contract of wakala, sell the car. And if you don't sell the car from after 5 days, I mean, you don't get anything in exchange. Sell the car for 10, you get 10. Sell the car for 1,000, you get 5%. Sell the car for 1,000,000, and anything more than 1,000,000 that you sell it for is yours. This contract is a jaiz contract, wakala contract. Any party can cancel either way, anytime. Whereas in a rental contract, a hiring contract, the rules, regulations are different. Walhamdulillah. Well, that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we take a short break and then we will continue. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.